Name confused. That enchanted nightingale. Chapter 63. Improvisation. It was simple, really. If the good doctor wanted to reach the injured men, he would need to get there in one piece, but from the spot he was covering behind, it was a good 20 to 30 feet to the downed soldiers, and if he ran towards them or even crawled, he was instantly a target. Some of the soldiers were trying to provide as much of a cover as possible to the unarmed people they had with them, and the rest were attempting to get a good shot on those who ambushed them. It was in this kind of tableau that he had to work with. It had been years since the last time he needed to battle it out in the open. Sherlock's rescue included in that time. The green-eyed wizard was used to acting from the shadows, having the advantage and the privacy to work his magic, no pun intended, as he was being quite literal. Still, magic was not his only weapon. He was able of strength and speed, and he used that to get away from his spot. His parting words to Dr. Watson were a quick, "Wait for my signal." "What signal?" the muggle asked, only to receive a smirk in reply. "You'll know when you hear it. I'll try to flush them out in the open for the rest of the team to take them out as soon as possible. Then it will be possible for you to do your work. And Doctor, please keep the bravery to a minimum." Watson smirked. "I won't take unnecessary risks," the man promised, and watched with no small amount of admiration as the aloof green-eyed sergeant slipped away with a grace that reminded him of a cat. Settling in to wait was easy for him, even as his senses were in overload and his whole body straining under the stress. The adrenaline was pumping through his veins, and he was not the only one. The signal came in the form of 2 rapid shots and loud thumps, followed by yelling and cursing. As promised, their enemies were flushed out in the open for the UK soldiers to take them out as soon as possible. "Watson! Go, go, go!" came the yelled signal from George Jones, aka Four Continents George, and the military doctor did as planned. The exchange of fire was not over, but the other soldiers were able to redirect the enemy's fire, and Watson soon reached his first target. He found pulse and a pair of familiar blue eyes opened and looked to him with relief. "Hey, John." The doctor smiled at the injured man and got a strange smile in return. "Shot, like," the man said. Watson nodded and looked around. "I'm moving you behind those planks there," he said. "It's going to hurt," he warned. He gave another scrutinizing look on the man, confirming that only the leg was shot and he was not risking aggravating other injuries before lifting the man from the armpits and dragging him behind the planks he earlier mentioned to provide some cover so he could work in peace. He tried to ignore the exchange of fire, the yelling, and the curses, and set about stopping the bleeding and tying the wound. "John," the injured man said. "Shush, trying to work you," the doctor said. "Listen to me," the soldier said. "I saw Jackson and Mason get shot. Head for Mason near the wall. Jackson was shot through the head." "Are you sure?" John asked. John nodded. "Okay then, now you're one lucky soul. The bullet got out and it doesn't seem to have hit an artery," Watson mumbled as he worked quickly. "Remember where Mason was shot?" "Upper body," came the reply after a while. "Great, now hang on there," Watson said and got a pained grunt for an answer.